Goodbye, us for that then.
Yourselves to Julie, and then Julie will give you a little bit of an update of where we left off at the end of season 1 and what we can expect from season 2.
Yeah, or you can ask that question so then I can answer it. Just update. All right, so who are you?
I'm Tim from the Mind Reels. We met at Fan Expo for the
Yes.
Defiance Press Conference there.
Yes.
I'm Sue from the Mind Reels. Same.
Same. You guys were on Twitter talking about coming here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew from the Gates.
Yes.
Greg from TV Guide Canada.
Hi.
Hi.
And Melissa from the Televixen.
Hi. Hi.
Your boots are fabulous. I just had to say before we start.
They're Rudsack. They're Amanda's boots on the show. I'm trying to steal them. Don't tell them, please.
No one will see
I
this.
said that out loud.
So a few changes in Amanda's life.
Yes.
We got a tour of her new place of where she's working now, or the places she's running. So
Am I allowed to, were you allowed to say that?
Well, not till the show.
Okay.
Yeah, none of this goes
No,
up to
this
the
is
show.
all kind of for
This is
when-
all embargo.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's all embargo.
Yeah.
But how much are we allowed to talk about?
I won't talk too much in detail about the bedroom, but you can just talk about maybe how your character.
Yeah, where's Amanda's head at in season 2, starting out?
Amanda starts out in a very, very dark place. I like to kind of relate it to, if we want to think of Amanda as Snow White during season 1 and season 2, she's Sucker Punch. She's in a dark place. She's trying to hold her shit together, and she's having a hard time. Her sister has disappeared. She's lost her job. She has to redefine herself in a town that is redefining itself as well. And she doesn't know where she fits in. And, you know, her main relationship was with her sister Kenya, and that's a huge gaping hole in her life right now. And she's a lot of free time. She likes her scotch. She's not in a good place.
And we got an indication that she has a secret admirer.
A creepy one, huh? Yeah, she doesn't know about that one. I know about that one. She doesn't know.
Yeah, so what was it like to read the scripts and see where that was going with this whole obsession thing?
You know, it was exciting. Because who wouldn't be obsessed with Amanda Rose Mother? In my opinion, she's awesome. No, I you know, bringing in Jim Murray to play Mayor Pottinger, it was just such a great addition to our cast. He's a tremendous actor who brings so much to his work, and you know, he really elevates the role of Pottinger as well. I think the audience is actually going to have a lot of compassion for him, even though he's, you know, evil mayor. I think that audiences are going to fall in love with him and actually root for his creepiness, his creepy self.
What is it with you personally in getting these roles opposite like creepy dudes? Like
I know, right?
Dexter?
I know. I
What's going on?
kind of like creepy guys, I guess. I mean, what can I say? I'm attracted to women who are attracted to creepy men.
I can't help but asking, maybe I'm digging or maybe this is obvious, but is there a connection between the towns of people and kind of an emotional connection between the towns of people and the characters of Peoples? Because it seems like, from what we've heard from Grant, that there's going to be a lot of upheaval through everyone. And all this is happening kind of at the same time as, you know, the world is going through upheaval too.
You mean, is it reflective of, like...
Do you feel there's like an emotional connection on top of the obvious kind of story connections as well? Maybe that's a hard question to answer.
Wait, I think I'm a little confused, because are you talking about the World of Defiance upheaval versus, or are you talking about the actual world, our own world?
Oh, no, I mean
No.
the world of Defiance.
Yeah. No, I definitely think, you know, it's interesting, because I think beginning of season 2, every character has to redefine themselves from season 1. And then the town of Defiance is actually redefining itself as well, being taken over by Earth Republic. So it's operating on 2 different levels. It's operating on the world itself, but then also on a personal, emotional level as well. That's what's so great about working in genre material, is you can basically, you know, hit the reset button at the end of season 1, start everybody off in a completely different place for season 2, and it makes sense.
Right.
And it's a challenge as an actor to be able to come to work every day and play something different.
Did you have any questions about it, Amanda, going in between season 1 and season 2? Stuff anything that you wanted answered personally when it came to the scripts?
I think we all had a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Because there I think it's an 8-month gap.
Yeah.
So we all had lots of questions, and the writers had lots of answers. So they were prepared. But I think it was we needed to define what happened on our characters' journeys during that time, so we could pick up in their life where we pick up the beginning of season 2. But the writers were already prepared for the copious amounts of questions that we were all like, what about this? What about this? What happened? What happened? I need to know how this. When did this happen? When did this happen? When did this happen? And trust me, they were well thought out.
So are you participating in the webisodes as well?
I'm not.
Okay. But maybe I can get you to comment a little bit about that. It's this weird thing now, especially with genre programming, to have webisodes as kind of I know it's other episodes on the web, but having this extra content that people can go and check out. I mean, this is a new thing for somebody like you that's been in the business and not used to this. So, what's your take on that kind of stuff?
Well, I think it is awesome.
Yeah.
Personally, I think audiences and fan bases these days, they want more. They want more than just that hour-a-week programming. We did webisodes on Dexter. They did Dexter First Cuts.
Right.
And I think it was one of the first shows to really do something like that. I was talking earlier about Joss Whedon was one of the first to use message boards and posting boards for feedback, audience feedback. And
Right.
actually some of the writers from the show actually came from writing fan fiction on the posting boards. And now we have Twitter to give that kind of feedback. So, but I think that's what audiences want more and more. They want to be immersed in the world more. They want to know what happened. And I think especially with Defiance, because the world is so different and so large, and there's so much for the audience to have to wrap their brains around and try to understand, that these webisodes have kind of helped filter in some unanswered questions that they might have.
With it being such a rich world that you're working in, you talk a little bit about things being in place for the fans and the viewers. What do you have that helps you keep track of all of these things going on in Amanda's life and all the changes that are coming up?
I have a direct line to Kevin Murphy. Oh yeah, I know that I can pick up the phone and call him at any time, and he will answer my question. Because it happens. I mean, there's sometimes things that the writers overlook that as actors, because we know the characters so well, that we remember, and we're like, hey, this doesn't gel with what happened 2 episodes ago, and then they're like, oh my god, we didn't catch that. And then there's things where it's where I'm confused and they help answer for me and fill in the gaps for me. So we have a great writing staff, and Kevin is so approachable and so amazing that literally I could call him. I don't, because I respect that he has a family, but I could call him at 3 in the morning and he would answer the phone and he would respond. So but I don't do that. Other actors do, but I don't.
Name them.
No, because then they'll start calling me.
What's the dynamic like now backstage, offset basically with the cast? Because, from what I saw last year when you guys were all hanging out together, you guys really got to know each other well. And so what's it like now that you've had a year under your belts and you're...
Well, we all hate each other now. No, it's great. I think on this show we have, there's such a mutual respect for everybody's work that every actor on the show immerses themselves so fully into the character and gives 100% performance each and every take. That really creates a likability factor on set. And we all get together on the weekends and have dinner, and we're all away from our families. We're up here in Toronto, and so a lot of us are away from our loved ones and our families, and so when we now have these weekly dinners on Saturday nights where we all get together and have dinner and drink a little wine, drink a lot of wine, drink more wine, drink too much wine, really drink a lot of wine. We drink a lot of wine together, which creates a lot of laughter and fun. But no, it's a really great family. I've never had this experience where I've shot a series on location and we all actually like each other and get along and hang out. And it's amazing because we spend so much time together on set that you would think that we would want to go home and just be like, don't call me. But we're all like, hey, what are you doing Saturday night? You know? And even like my husband's up here and you know, he ropes the guys in all the time to go watch the soccer games and early on Saturday mornings, and you know, so even the spouses are roped into the shenanigans.
That's cool. Thank you.
And are all the new characters and actors portraying them fitting into that same family dynamic as well?
Well, it's sink or swim, basically. We have them on our set. It's like you either fit in or you're isolated. No.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. See if anybody talks to you at lunch. No, you know, everybody's been so great. I mean, we're so lucky. They've cast so many great actors to come play with us. I mean, even the guest stars that come in, we all hang out with still. So, I mean, we've just been so lucky with the talent that comes in. And I think it all stems because every actor that sets foot on our set has such respect for the work that the work that's required of them, the work that's asked of them to do. And you have to just throw yourself into this world. I mean, we've had some guest stars that have come in and had to learn monologues, pages and pages and pages of alien dialogue, which I can't do. I can barely learn a phrase. And they come into the table read and have that alien shit like down
That's
solid.
awesome.
Like, how can you not respect that actor? And they're just here for a day, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. So, you know, we love that. We love seeing actors come in that are willing to just jump in and give it 100%. And we've been fortunate. There's no divas on set. Well, my dogs.
Yeah.
But they're not on camera. They're backstage divas.
Will they be on camera?
No.
No roles?
No,
No
I
chances,
have been
no?
begging. And I mean, I'm like, why aren't there dogs in the future? Where are the dogs of Defiance? I mean, Sugar's white. She looks like a Castithan. She could be a Castithan. Bamboo's kind of blondish. He could be an Irathian wild dog. I mean, he wants to play a wild dog. I mean, yeah, he looks cute. And he's 10 pounds.
That's
but
part of his defense.
you know what? He has the soul of a German Shepherd. So,
They often do.
those little ones.
Yeah.
It's a very hard-hitting, serious interview. Sorry.
Maybe you can just tell us a little bit about how the relationships with the other characters have changed from last season to this season, just with all of the upheaval going on.
You know, it's interesting. Everybody you think that would be together is now torn apart, and everybody that you think would be torn apart is thrown together. So, a lot of mismatched coupling going on.
Oh, okay.
And I don't mean coupling in a sexual sense.
But like just,
I mean, I might mean it that way. But I just have to catch myself.
no, just unexpected people teaming up with each other.
Unexpected people teaming up, and I think that is an exciting element of season 2. Is it's completely unexpected who gets thrown together and who has to work together to kind of pull themselves out.
If you guys have heard any Lover question before?
I don't know. We already covered underwear with Jesse.
Okay. Is it clean?
You're lucky you don't have to do the bath scenes.
Yes, I am.
Has there been any type of, up to this point that you can discuss, that have been, you know, kind of unpleasant or awkward filming situations that you may not have experienced in other roles that you played? It just seems like this universe may offer more opportunities like that are just kind of weird.
Weird and awkward.
As opposed to being with a serial killer.
I know, seriously. Have you looked at my resume? I mean,
It's so volunteering, having to be like in a bath all the time or something like that. It's gotta be uncomfortable.
well, I leave the bathing to Jamie. She does an awesome job at it. She looks phenomenal in the tub. My experience with bathtubs on a personal level, not so good. So I leave the bathing to Jamie. You know, it has been hard for me shooting in the cold. Watching me get dressed nowadays is quite interesting. The amount of layers that I wear underneath my clothes, including electric long underwear with its own battery pack that you plug in.
Nice.
It's amazing. Like Amanda gains like 10 pounds. It's like the layers, you know, it's like more and more layers, and then my clothes are, you know, not loose fitting. So I become like the boy in A Christmas Story. It's been so cold. I love Toronto, but the cold is cold, and there's been a couple scenes in particular where I've chosen Amanda to play the scene as a popsicle, because there's no other option. I mean, I'm frozen, like frozen. My hair is frozen. It's been so cold. So that's been hard, and I really wish the town of Defiance would get some paved roads versus that gravel crap. Because running around in high heels and gravel is not fun. So.
I'm afraid we're gonna have to end it there.
That's perfect.